Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube. I've always come on here and told you my honest opinion on things, and that's never going to change. There is a film for years I have always defended and always will, and a character I've always defended, and that's Halloween Resurrection and the character Fred Harris. But I've also said what the cons are of the character, and it has nothing to do with Buster Rhymes. Here's the cons before I put the character over. It takes too long for the writers to put Freddie Harris over. Now, you might assume that I'm meaning the martial arts sequence. I'm not. There's a moment that happens before that where Freddie Harris is telling Sarah Moyer, I swear on my soul, I had no idea. And what he's meaning is he had no idea that Michael Myers would ever come back here, would ever be alive to come back here. And you might say, well, how did he not know that? How did he not know Michael Myers wouldn't come back here? Well, it's real simple when you look at a Halloween Resurrection as the film it is. First of all, it's not just one. Halloween Resurrection starts off in one year, and then the following year it picks up. So this all starts with the death of Laurie Strode. Now, here's what I've always found most interesting about this movie. And I considered this as I was thinking about what Freddie Harris was saying. The whole movie, the whole other half of this movie is set in Haddonfield. Though it's filmed in Canada, Canada is your Haddonfield for this movie. Sarah Moyer and her friends are going to Haddonfield University. There's the town of Haddonfield. There's the Myers house, which is a stage, which is a set. It was built. By the way, I'm a DS fan, so I love that stuff. I love when they use sets. I love real location too, don't get me wrong, but I'm a sucker for a good set. Which I enjoyed the Myers house in Resurrection. So I know those are don't, and you're more than welcome to your opinion here. Uh, Throughout the movie, we're in the better half of this movie. We are in Haddonfield after the death of Laurie Strode. A year later, keep this in mind. A year later, in Halloween Resurrection, we're in Haddonfield. Laurie Strode, you just saw her fall to her death, right? You saw her stabbed in the back and she's dead. Where's the report of her fucking death? Let me ask that. Where no, not one person, not one single character, a year later, not the professor in the classroom who's played by the director, Rosenthal, not Sarah Moyer, not Freddie Harris, not Tyra Banks's character, not any character in Halloween Resurrection mentions Laurie's death in the sanitarium. And we are in the town of Haddonfield, where Laurie Strode is from, where she was born and raised, where she survived her brother 20 years ago. 20 plus years ago now. Let's see, I have 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, 24 years ago. 23, 24 years ago. Michael Myers tried to kill his sister Laurie Strode. Going off at H2O, Michael Myers tried to kill his sister. He failed. Resurrection happens. He gets her. And there is not one thing said about it. Now, let me give you two possible reasons this is done. Because I'm going to do a behind the scenes and in front of the camera. I think this was the producer's way of not officially killing off Jamie Lee Curtis's character. That's why it's not mentioned, I think. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong. And If I am, I am. I apologize. In my opinion, I'm just stating they did, because remember, Malika Akkad isn't wanting her killed off. So how can you write a character off without actually totally writing them off? Well, you make the audience think the character's dead. Just like they did with Halloween H2O with Michael Myers. Well, we gotta make them think Laurie's dead. So let's put the knife in her back and have her fall. Bro, Michael Myers survived worse than that shit. And this is the sister of Michael Myers. Isn't it possible she could have survived all that? Yeah, it is. Now, whether you believe she did or didn't is another matter. Me personally, do I think she did? No. But that's just my opinion. If she did, she did. If the producer said she did, I'd buy it. From an in front of the camera standpoint, I literally think that it's not reported by the sanitarium. None of the deaths are. Well, when I say none of the deaths, I think Harold is framed for the death of the security guards. I think they say Harold dressed up like Michael Myers and killed the security guards, and Laurie jumped to her death. And and that's how that worked. Now, again, however you want to look at it, but they still do not mention Laurie Strode's death a year later in the town of Haddonfield in Halloween Resurrection, which to me, that's the most amazing part about Resurrection to me, because it's like, bro, they're really not mentioning her death at all, which I found when I watched it for the first time with my blind mother and I was describing to her, I kept going, why aren't they mentioning Laurie's death? Bro, this is Haddonfield. Like, you would think this would be the town story here. Just from my standpoint, but hey, what do I know? So, I keep this in mind for Freddie Harris's sake, because if no one knows Laurie Strode was attacked by Michael Myers in a sanitarium, or there was an attempted attack on Laurie Strode's life, then why should anybody believe Michael Myers is coming back to Haddonfield? Remember, this is only the second movie without Donald Pleasence as Sam Loomis. So there's no Sam Loomis going, Michael's coming back. Michael's, you guys know what he would do. There's nobody warning them. There's no warning for him to come back. There's nobody saying to anybody within earshot of anybody going, oh, hey, Michael's coming back. There's no character like that in this movie. And really, the only character like that in the prior movie just got 86th at the beginning of this movie, and that was Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode could have been that character for this movie. Hey, Michael's going to come back here. You watch. She could have been that character. I have a feeling that's what they were going to do with her. Again, I could be wrong there too. But there's no character to warn the town of Haddonfield. So why should Freddie Harris think that Michael's coming back? Why? Because he's from Haddonfield? No, that's not a reason enough. Lee Brackett was from Haddonfield, for fuck's sake. He didn't even believe Michael had came back in 1978. So I believed him when he said, I had no idea. I swear on my soul. That's why I'll always defend the character of Freddie Harris. And as far as the martial arts sequence go, no, I don't have no problem with it. Here's why. In Halloween 4, Sasha Jensen's character, Brady, I think his name is, swings the butt of a shotgun at Michael's face and connects with it. The second time he swings it, Michael stops him and then hits him with it. Then Brady hits Michael with his fist, and then Michael stops the next punch. Okay, Freddie Harris kicks Michael. Think about what I just said. Hit, stop, hit, blocked, and then killed. Freddie Harris throws one roundhouse, connects. Throws another kick, gets blocked. Michael's getting ready to stab him. What's the difference between Resurrection and 4? Sarah Moyer is behind Michael Myers and jumps on his back. Sarah Moyer, as much as Freddie Harris saved Sarah Moyer saved Freddie Harris right back. There's nobody behind Michael Myers to save Brady's ass. There's the biggest difference too. And then after he throws her off, Freddie Harris kicks him out the window. So two kicks land on Michael. Two. Just like two punches landed on Michael in Halloween 4. But everyone makes a big deal about it. And no, I don't think these people are racist, mind you, but I'm starting to have questions for them. Like what the fuck is the big deal? Seriously. Um Again, I don't have a big deal with it. I don't. I enjoy Resurrection. I will say again, the biggest question for me is always has been with Resurrection is, did they really kill off Laurie Strode? I mean, I think that again, I think this is more of a producer thing trying to hold on to a character. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Um, and if you think I am, please let me know. But that's all I got to say. Again, I enjoy Halloween Resurrection. I'll always defend it. It's a movie I will always enjoy. You don't have to enjoy it. I enjoy it. Just like I don't have to enjoy Halloween Ends. It's a walking fucking piece of shit. But you can. You can enjoy that. You folks have a nice day.